Hello world, this is Zan playing MA Archocephaly in TLC Endworld, turn number 33. So this turn I sent a very large message. I will pull it up here and leave it on for a second. You guys can pause the video and read it as you wish. Um, I've always disliked or felt awkward when YouTubers or streamers read the text to me, like they narrate it to me, or even worse, when they act out as if they are multiple characters. Well, so I won't be doing that. Here you go. Pause and read. This is the message I sent everybody in the game. Just kind of saying, hey, yo, Naba is preparing. They're placing themselves in a position that would allow them an easy throne rush, and I'll explain myself soon. If I didn't already do it in the last video, I can't remember. I'm sorry. But first, we receive 2 fire gems from Asphodel. We attack Ermor in the Great Balaton Lake. He's got nothing. Cool. Uh, with this attack in the Great Balaton Lake, I have signed a non-aggression pact with Ermor. Fortunately, I have bigger fish to fry. This Castellan is going to fight the TNG army. See if he casts anything. Legions of Steel. Fair. Very fair. Yeah, just everybody. So this is the Prophet. Could have sworn that's the one I saw do that. Yeah, just Legions of Steel, Strength of Giants on everybody. Yeah, that's solid. Especially like these guys. Oh yeah, 26 damage lands. Beautiful. Beautiful. Uh-huh. In the Kexton Forest, we show up, cast Phoenix Power, and then Body Thero, because these guys are all gone. We successfully seduced Mr. Earl the Necromancer. Excellent work. It won't be the last seduction in this game, very likely. And now I have a Death 2 Mage. Perfect. Anything else fancy? Let's say we have some events. We have an unexpected event in the Empty Woods, 3 plus 10 income permanently. A bunch of gems from the Kritaha Vineyard, and more gems from Drake's Rest. Ind never sallied out, so I will go ahead and remove these forces, try to rescue them essentially. And everyone else can just book it from this Katekian step. I do plan on retaking Ind at some point. Machaka is going to have his hands full with Ermor. Naba and I will be fighting, and really I don't know if anyone's going to have the time to spare trying to take Ind's capital for a minute. Naba maybe, but Naba doesn't have a lot of troops. Like if I go to their score graphs in terms of army size, and let me just, I can keep him here. You know, Nabal's got about half what I got. Relay has been militarizing. That's always spooky because his troops, most of them are slaves, and they don't cost a lot of upkeep. So he can have a larger standing army. Uh, if he were to lose that army, rebuilding it is rough, but he can have a larger standing army relative to his size because his troops are slaves. But in the grand scheme of this coming war, Naba does have less units than I do. Most of them will be better quality. They're going to be these 8-eye elites. Now, they can get repelled because they have length 1 weapons, which is good. But they otherwise have a very high attack value and a very high damage swing. So it's going to be tricky. Now, it'd be 3 hoplites versus one of these guys, and I think the 3 hoplites win pound for pound. But the big worry of what his strategy is going to be, based off his based off his less, his strategy is going to be having these Sahir and these Malika, and they've got this whole Farcaster thing with precision going on, and they're going to sit in the back and they're going to cast Smokeless Flame or Thunderstrike, depending on the battle. Both of those spells delete a square completely, essentially, like 26 armor negating damage in a square. Poof, you're gone. Or I think Smokeless Flame is like 55 armor piercing. So if he just brings enough of these guys, he will delete enough squares per turn very early, like round 2. And as a nation like Arcocephaly that likes stacking together and making a big death ball, that sucks to deal with. Now there's counters to it. Um, First and foremost is luck in itself is a counter to almost anything because you only have a 1 in 4 chance of actually killing me. But other than that, Mist is something I can cast with the help of my Crystal Sorceresses. It's a very low evocation spell here. Air 3 to cast and 1 gem. And that's just going to reduce the precision on the board for everybody. And the reason I want to cast Mist instead of Storm is because if I cast Storm, technically I could be helping him, where he doesn't have to cast it now to cast Storm Power and all the fun stuff. Now, in most of the fights, I will be casting Storm Power with the assumption that he casts Storm, but he might not, you know, book his own precision. But once he sees me casting Mist, he might cast Storm anyways, just because if his precision is going to be down the drain already because I cast Mist, then he might as well cast Storm, right? um, what else can do? Obviously, having spreading my troops around is useful. Keeping my mages in the far back is useful because they can soul slay things, and that will have, uh, it hits the entire battlefield and it doesn't suffer from any precision penalties from how far he's shooting. It's always going to hit something. It's just whether or not the magic resistance check works. And the most important counter to it is a little trickier for me to cast. I only have 3 mages that can do it, and 2 of them need help. Is going to be Howl. If I can get a mage to cast Howl really early in the battlefield, like turn 1 would be the best. Most of the evocations will be fired at the wolves. If you saw the Abyssia game, you'll remember the Dryad Hags casting Sleep Cloud on the wolves. It's going to be something like that, where all the evocations will be focused on them. That's the like the prayer, because in those cases also there weren't many targets on the field. It was just my Pretender God. But hey, if half of them miss due to low precision from miss, half of them go after the wolves, whatever's left, I'll deal with it. I'll hope that luck deals with it. The thing that makes it difficult is Howl is Nature 3 and 3 Nature Gems. So it has to be a Nature 3 mage to cast it, of which I have this N2 and this N2. So with a Thistle Mace, they can cast it. Alternatively, the Face of Kirby 1 can also cast it. She doesn't need help. She can just do it. I'm going to bump up the Unrest actually a little bit more here. I'm going to bring her over to Cape Hellas. I'm leaving Ordos Groves. I'll do Ordos Grove. It doesn't matter. She's going to get a new kit in a second, which is going to consist of this elemental armor. Drop all this gear here. She'll get a new kit with the elemental armor. She'll be switching. I think it's the Girdle of Might. I'll swap that out with Salt. And I'm going to need a mage to craft for me. Oops. A Moonblade. A Moonblade. And that will be essentially her new kit. She'll have a Moonblade in these 2 items. I might have to give her back this item, the Mistletoe Garland, to give her luck. Yeah, because I can't afford a slot. And there might not always be a case. If I can have a mage, if I can have her in a battle, if she's not operating alone, I can give her luck through a mage. I don't need it. She can keep ethereal. But otherwise, that'll be good. And where this would help is if I send her on, if he does a big death ball of his mages and Malakas and whatever, and this is absurdly risky. Absurdly risky. If he has a very undefended mage ball of his mages and his Malaka. Sorry, folks. Big beyond there. Want to skip it. If he has a very big death ball of his mages and his Malaka, potentially I can have her get buffs for 3 rounds. And then at the end of the 5th round, have her on attack flying. If the battlefield isn't full of air elementals, which I will need to counter with my own fire elementals. If the battlefield isn't full of air elementals, she should go straight to the Malakas and kick their butt because they're flying, and they should be the only flying units on the field. Um, that's a possible game plan. This guy here is going to demolish this lab because this is a jump point that Malakas can use to cloud trapeze, and I'm not for that, or to refill their gems. And nah, no thanks. Okay, so gonna bump up this. Now, one thing I'm gonna need to do in a few of my provinces is build hoplite commanders. Just give me like 2 per fort, and that'll cover. And these guys are gonna move out the next turn to certain provinces. Oh geez, I have no resources here. Oh, that's butts. And their job is going to be to stand in the far, far back and eat the birds that Nabal's camel riders are going to be unleashing on me. Because very, very likely the first moves of this war will be those stupid birds, those stupid camel riders, alpha striking all of my provinces. And I'm not about that. I'm very much not about that. And that's why that's why I was summoning the skeletons last turn. They have very high patrol strength. So if he hasn't set them all past yet, maybe I can catch them if I'm lucky. Probably not. Probably not, but it's always worth a shot. Okay. Is there anyone else here? Realistically, turns don't go out. Next turn is when orders are given, which is the turn I'm going to be jumping onto the weedy stretch. This is just kind of hope that I can get the jump on him. Hope that I can stop him from coming through with most of his units. Okay. Oh, no, I just need that one. You can move over here so you can break that lab. You can site search. You can site search. I don't know where I'm going to need you. Okay, over here, you can stop that. We have a work order we need to do, which is important that I get that done, which is get some gate cleavers for Wichaka. Realistically, I would hope that they stay in a stalemate forever. Or even that Ermor wins. But it is what it is. Let's go ahead and have Antipater do that. The only bad thing would be if they run into, say, an actual Malika coming through. And that Malika ends up beating the entire patrol force. That would be pretty bad. Yeah, that would be pretty bad if that happened. We're going to claim the Throne of Ascension, which I cannot stress how much I don't want to claim this throne, but I have to because I need Astral Pearls more than anything else right now. More than all the other elemental gems, I just need a bunch of Astral Pearls. In case I need to do Wrath of God, in case I need to just mine hunt this guy to Oblivion, I need to build, what are these dumb items? What's wrong? Why can't you build that? Oh, you need boots. As I need to build spell focuses, spell foci, whatever. Whatever item I need. Most of them are going to require Astral Pearls on top of the Mine Hunts, on top of I need to overcast this Wrath of God because Ermor wants to cast it. And I don't think that man has any gem income to do it. But you never know. You really never know. And the last thing I need is for him to steal that cast from me. I'll send you here. Okay, building another one of those. These guys are coming out. Let's give them some hoplites, some hoplites, some hoplites. Having these on just one commander is quite spooky. And I think I'm out of hammers. Yeah. Just do a round of all my territory. Because doing these Moonblades at full price is gonna suck. Or the Moonblades, the Thistle Mace, but I need them now. Alternatively, no, I need at least one right now. So this can't wait because next turn is when we give the orders to Weedy Stretch, and I need Fatheldra over there to have that item on his persons at that exact moment. Whereas I don't know if I'm the same with the Face of Kirby 1, if she needs to have her Moonblade at this exact moment. Because the next turn orders come out, I can craft it then. So something I can build that would be useful. Be like this Eye of the Void. Just to have at least one mage with really, really strong hitting Soul Slays. Just to make sure I can hit things. As well as those, I'll need those Eyes of the Void and Spellfolk Eye on my Mine Hunters. Maybe I can do at least one of those. Yeah, so maybe I could make one of those right now. But yeah, now I need these Astral Pearls. I hope I'm over preparing for this war. I really hope that's the case. I almost want to build a bunch more Cardaces because they will die at the same rate that the regular hoplites will go down at. Hmm. Bone Tribe units weren't so expensive. Maybe I'd bring some of those. Okay, cool. So yeah, these guys, these hoplite commanders, I'll have them go around. I'll have them assist the PD. And if worst comes to worst, at some point I'm going to need good commanders anyways, and they fit that bill. So yeah, we'll spread them out amongst these provinces. It's just an additional commander, and then I'll guess I could bump the PD a little bit. 10 might be too little. 25 is way too much. Um, I don't know how big his squads will be, but in the lines of 15, 15 would be good. In terms of research, yeah, we're going to keep going up to evocation 6. We're going to take full advantage that I have a turn of respite essentially to just research with everyone I can. So we're going to get evocation 6. That's going to give us Wrath of God and Mine Hunt. After that, we're going to get Alteration 7. Not as much for Fog Warriors, although it wouldn't be terrible because the Nabaen, like outside of the evocations, the Nabaen forces are still going to be melee. It's a very difficult spell for me to cast. Marble Warriors are still good. Because the problem with the Marble Warriors is susceptible to cold, which is not usually in the Nabaen lineup. After Alteration 7, it's a really big question. I don't think Conjuration 6 is going to do me any favors. Conjuration is like construction. You build that when you can sneak it in. Or anything past 5, that is. Thaumaturgy 6 gets me Enslaved Mind. So if I have one dude casting a spell, like if I have one dude with penetration gear in the field and he's hitting someone, like succeeding a roll every turn, then having Enslaved Mind would be better than Soul Slay because now, think of it in the middle of the enemy lines. One of the Avites just turns my team and then gets hit by Thunderstrike or Smokeless Flame, or, or multiple of them. It could really do a number on him. So that's a big deal. And maybe I research that before Alteration 7, because Alteration 7 is Fog Warriors and Mob Warriors. Outside of that, we can do Enchantment. Aerofen might still be a thing. I don't know if he's going to go in with the assumption that I already have it. I don't. But the neat thing is at my research level, and obviously it's going to go down next turn significantly. Um, this is just turn 1, 2, and 3. Like I can get one of these per turn, which is kind of busted, but I'm okay with this. Um, so it's just really my choices and my justifications for them. I hope they're the right ones. If they're not, yikes. Like real big yikes. But yeah, because really it's just the state of mind I'm getting from there. The other option is after Evocation 6, rush up and see if I can get Alteration 8, I believe, because Will of the Fates would be beyond powerful. Absolutely beyond powerful. Maybe I'll do that over Air Shield. Just hoping that he has the assumption that I have it. And even then, most of my units are fairly resilient, and if they aren't after Marble Warriors comes up, they will be. So yeah, maybe Alteration 8 is the way to go. And we'll also get, at Alteration 8, we'll also get Ground Army. So yeah, you know what? Between Ground Army and Will of the Fates, I think that could be a legitimate research goal. Especially, I mean, it's not going to be 1,500 for long. Maybe I'll go back to about 1,000 or 1,100 next turn. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good overall. Will of the Fates and Ground Army would both be powerful, very powerful. Um, Sucks thing is I did this whole thing with the water braces to go site search everywhere, and I'm doing one of them now, but I got to bring them all home next turn because I don't want them to get sniped by these darned raiders. Thankfully, like the loss. I mean, that the close victory against Ermor is not why I'm backing off in, but it's the fact that Nabaen is a nation that his evocation spam can technically counter my nation and their desire to have grouped mages, and the scripting's gonna be horrible as I try to spread out all my mages. Oh my god. Um, but it's the fact that this guy also has such a close. He's so close to me in research that I honestly even told him, like, listen, you should attack someone else. You have such a research lead over everyone but me. It's why are you gonna go fight the other big kid when, like, if I'm the senior in high school and he's a junior, like, why are you gonna pick a fight with me? Go fight the freshman. Literally, like, go eat Ermor. Go, integrate. I mean, he doesn't need to integrate this area of Ind that was just freely given to him. But yeah, go fight Ermor. Go fight Asphodel. Anyone but me. But nope. He made a choice. I'm the one. And we're gonna tussle, and hopefully, just like has happened actually rather frequently in some of my latest games, hopefully I'm over preparing, and this goes well. And if it doesn't, well, I really had fun being able to just have this stupid amount of research, even if I didn't really do anything crazy with it. Uh, we'll see if it all works out or not. All right. So with that, see you guys next time on turn 34.